What is up, everybody? If you're here, if you subscribe to my channel and you remember I said I was gonna read all of them, issue volume 1 to volume 21, and do a review of it. I'm sorry, that was a lie, kind of, but not really. And I got too excited. I got it volume 21, right? Yeah, 21. I got too excited, so I started reading it. So this is gonna be that review. Again, if you wanted to watch the whole thing, sorry, I'll get to it. I will, I promise. I'll do it, but too excited. So yeah, this is gonna be the review for volume 21. Thank you. So this issue starts off with Eugene's group in a abandoned, half-broken building, or not half-broken, but in an abandoned building. They're scoping, waiting for stuff to cool down, and then one of them's got to piss, tell him piss in a cup, and he's like, no, I'm not pissing in a cup, I'm gonna go piss outside. Fuck a zombie apocalypse, you piss in a damn cup and you like it. And then he goes outside, they get attacked by zombies, and then someone says, kill these undead fucks, which is why I like the comic book series better than the TV show. Not saying I don't like TV show, but comic book better. Sex, swears, violence, more violence. Can't deny. I wish the show was on HBO, but it's Negan's group. Some of them, they grab them. They're pointing out what the guns is. Full splash page, which I like. See, bam! He's like, what are you guys doing out here? Easy to read, 2 pages, 1 bubble, done. So then after that, Rick's in the hospital at their place. He wakes up and he's like, what happened? Where's the niece? And then the niece is dying, kinda. She's got a fever. And then, Carl calls Rick a wimp because he got a concussion from the explosion and Carl didn't. And he was near it. So basically, the explosion damage is too much damage. See, so I'm messed up. Jesus' group's taking care of the zombies that come in hordes. And then one of them's like, he's keeping us on shift to keep us rested. Like, I want to go back to the hilltop. Rick says, I wouldn't make anybody stay here, and I'm not either. So, they're all probably gonna go hang out at the hilltop. Right, so Rick goes to talk to Ezekiel. If you don't remember who Ezekiel is, he's the black dude with the tiger. And from what I remember from volume All Out War Part 1, his group kind of got fucked up at the end. We're at a certain point, and he was like one of the only few people left. Well, he's talking to Michonne about, and Rick about, how he's done fighting the war, and he's, so many people die, why do more people have to die? And he's just kind of done with it, So then Rick tells him, we're all going to the hilltop, come with the safety in numbers, and he says, I'll consider it. He's like, good, that's what I want. And then, what else happened? Then Jesus comes. Remember, Jesus is the guy who looks like Jesus. He comes and he's talking to Rick about how Eugene's group is missing and how Romer's got in there and it didn't look like a struggle, and how he thinks Negan group got him. Damn, Jesus is smart, maybe Jesus is Jesus and Jesus sees all. And then he tells him, like, we could send a rescue, and he's like, I could go, and Rick says, get yourself killed? No. And then he's like, we will, but we can't do a goddamn thing about it right now. So they're gonna go rescue them. But they're gonna go to get, to the hilltop for safety in numbers. Everybody remember that. And then, I forget his name. The black dude with the glasses and the hair. I really forget his name, but he's sitting there at Denise's side because Denise is dying because she had a fever, and then he got scared because she died. He's crying, and Michonne comes in and he says, I just can't, and she says, it's okay, I'll do it. And then they have a funeral to take care of bury everybody, because some houses got blown up, and so now everybody's getting buried with the people that died, and it's sad, and everybody's sad as you can tell. Look at all the sadness. Sad. So then Rick is packing up with Andrea, which, if you remember, she's still alive. She's like fucking Rick and don't die. And if you remember, Maggie took over the hilltop in the last issue. She kind of took over because the other main guy kind of turned on him, and she didn't like that, so she took over. So they're packing to go to the hilltop, and Andrea asks Rick, like, are you sure Maggie's gonna have enough room for us up there? And she's like, yeah, they got mobile homes and this and that. And he's packing up his stuff, and he's like, no, he's like, I think that's it for me. And she says, you serious? We've got plenty of room left in the duffel bag. And he opens this. What's that? If you remember right, that's the phone he got in the house with Carl, and he could talk to Lori on that phone. And he says, no, nothing else. So that means he's moved on, because him and Andrea hooked up, and he was hooking up with the chick before her husband died or something, or he killed her husband, something like that. So that means he's moved on from Lori, so pretty interesting. Okay, so the Rick's group packs up for the hilltop. And I try not to say too many bad things about the Walking Dead comic book or TV show, but sometimes they just go too far with Negan with me. He either says fuck too much, like he overuses the word so it's just another word. And now, this was like, what the fuck? Like, I want to know what he did before this. You know, I'm gonna have to read, like, I'm gonna read all of them again, and I'm gonna have to read closer, because I want to know what he did before the whole outbreak and everything. Because he has Eugene here, and he's talking to him like, okay, this was gonna happen, you know, we know you're making bullets, now you're making them for us, and he's like, fuck you, Eugene got some balls, not punk ass Eugene before. And then, speaking of balls, Negan starts rubbing his ball sack to see the future. See? You see? See that? And he's talking to him while he's holding his balls. To me, that's just weird. Not scary, and just weird. So basically, he's telling Eugene, like, just give up for us, or we're gonna kill all your friends one by one until you give in. And then, I forget his name, the dude who got his face ironed, like, basically tells him he'll iron his face, and he did that before. Or he'll cut off his shriveled up little dick, and I'm like... So I forget the guy who has the iron face, but he starts, and then he goes to sleep, and he comes in, he's supposed to lock the door, and he talks to Eugene. And Eugene is concerned he's not really with Rick's group, or the Hilltop, or Ezekiel's group. He thinks he's just writing it out till there's a winner. He tells him, I'm just putting a knife in Negan's eye when he's asleep. So then he's telling him, like, as much as I hate him more than you and anybody, but I think these people would have my head if I did that. If we killed Negan right now when he's sleeping, he thinks all his people will turn on him. And then the scientist doctor guy that lives there is behind him, and he's like, his name is Wyatt. My bad. He calls him Dwight, so duh, I just read it. He says, I had a question, and he's like, go ahead, I'm done here. And he's like, I heard everything. So he's saying he's on his side too, so we'll see what happens. Right, so now everybody's pairing up together. Everybody made it to the hilltop. Maggie's talking to a lady, and they're running out of food. And they got like 6 days tops, and then Maggie's like, the one chick's like, you're the one in charge, and Maggie's like, I'm not in charge, don't say that. She's like, remember what you did? You knocked Gregory on his ass and you started busting everybody around. Nobody wants to do it. Anybody but Gregory. And remember what you said. You said believe in Rick Grimes. Hopefully after all this, we'll believe in him too. And I'll believe in Maggie Green. So then they're pairing up, Ezekiel's talking to Michonne, but Michonne sleeps, talking about how he was weak and how he's had a day to think about it and how he's not done fighting and everything. And Rick is talking to Andrea, talking about how she can't sleep and they're keeping watch and he's gonna curl up next to her. And then it cuts to Negan talking to his group. And he's got a bunch of zombies. Let's see, I'll show you it. See, he's got them all chained up, they're all dead. And then she talks about how we're all infected, which we know this by now from good old Shane. And they know that in the TV show as well, which is why the Eugene angle pisses me off in the TV show. But so he's talking about how we're all infected, and one bite from a zombie, a wound from a zombie, and you get the fever, and the fever takes you the fuck out. So then he rubs Lucille, his baseball wrapped in barbed wire. Shout out to Mick Foley if you like pro wrestling. So he goes like this, and he's like, we're gonna do this to every weapon we have. We're gonna gunk them up. We're gonna make new age, space age, zombifying motherfucking shit. Which is pretty good deal. A good idea, at least. Even though I don't really like Negan, but he's smart up here. So that's pretty smart. Gunk up your weapons, so if he hits, like, it's over. But it ain't over, cause Rick and Maggie and Ezekiel and Michonne and Andrea and Jesus are putting together a plan. Man, they're gonna move the weak and vulnerable people to this other spot down the road a bit, and then they're gonna put the buses and put some fortresses. It's gonna be their backup plan for if shit hits the fan. But wait! Negan and his crew are hiding in the bushes. And they say, get your shit together, cause we're attacking at dawn, at sundown. They're an attack at sundown. And then, the doctor dude, this dude, he's helping Eugene's group escape from the thing. And lo and behold, they get caught by two people from Negan's group. They aren't really in the group, they're more in the community. And they're like, we won't tell, just take us with you. Yeah, so then, then it cuts to Maggie talking to Andrea, or Andrea talking to Maggie about how surprised to see you here. And, they're talking, and she's like, I don't mean to sound as cold as it's gonna sound. Like, she's telling her some shit, and she's like, I don't mean to be fucked up, but this is gonna be fucked up. She says, you lost your Dale, maybe you forgot a Rick out there. Because, Andrea was with Dale way back in the beginning, before he got eaten by those cannibals, and, now she's with Rick, because they're the only two survive. And then you see Carl sitting by himself eating, looking like a savage, looking like a creepy kid. And Sophia's talking to him, and she's like, you remember me? And she's like, I was scared. And he's like, here's what he tells you. He's like, you think I'm going to be all weird and try to convince myself I don't remember you so I won't miss you? She's like, I was young and scared, and you're mean. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And she's like, I have other friends. They're nicer. I'm gonna go eat with them. It's like, oh, fuck. So then Andrea's talking to Rick, and they're having a like cookout type thing. Her's getting crazy in the haircut. Yeah, they're talking, and they're talking about how Rick's being optimistic about how we're gonna go rebuild our community after this is all over, and I'm just happy and things are going good. But if you read the Walking Dead comic books or a fan of the show, you know nothing's nice. Can't have nice things. Can't be happy in this series. So what happens next? Boom! Negan shows up at the front gate talking shit to the guy on top about how he needs to talk to Rick, and if he doesn't get him, he's gonna kill him. And the guy's like, "Who's Rick?" And then BAM! Shoots the guy in the face, says some shit, calls him out. They charge the gate. Fucking everybody's getting shot up, shoot up their truck. They charge the gate. They muck up their weapons and start storming the gate. And they get into a battle. The Hilltop's fighting back with guns. They're driving cars. The Saviors are driving cars, hitting everybody. And Andrea's sniping people, and it's craziness. Boom! Rick gets shot in the side with the arrow. Yeah, you don't want to get this. Boom! Side of the arrow. Ow! Negan snickers. And I'm all happy and shit. Talking about Rick's as good as dead, and without him, they're nothing. Game fucking over. Game over! But if you believe that, can't end here. Still more to go. So yes, after he says that, you cut to Eugene and a guy called Carson, who's a doctor guy from the Saviors community, and they're basically just driving, and to the hilltop Stark, and then Eugene tells him flip on the lights, and he's like, no, we'll stop. And he's like, flip on the fucking lights. And then he's like, can't you see there's a guy on the hill? And then there was a guy on the roof, and he goes, boom, shoots up the van. And then it cuts to Rick talking about how Dwight double-crossed him, or has been playing us all along. And then he's like, ugh, asshole. And he's like, what are you talking about? And then they're gonna carry him up to the room, and then the guy's like, found one, and then fucking Jesus comes in like a fucking pro wrestler and drop kicks the motherfucker. And then he's like, I got it. And then they go flash to Negan, and he's like, you can't see me here? Because one of them like kind of poking the gun and looks like, oh. See? Pretty good impression, huh? Oh. Then basically it's just like, how many is dead? I don't know, less than 10. Sorry. You need a haircut pretty bad. Sorry. I got ADD. Right, so then, yeah, so sneak up on him again. They're gonna get Rick and kill him for sure. Nope, because you hear, ugh, and then the guy stabs him in the hand. Oh, he's like, you're all dead, every last one of you. Then you hear, BAM! And he's like, help me get inside, and boom, Carl busting caps. I was wondering where Carl was. So then Negan's like, cause Carl says, hurry, we gotta close the gate. And the guy's like, you think the gate's gonna fucking stop us? Then Negan says, once we're inside, if it moves, kill it. It's time for this war to end. And if you believe that, it's possible. But it ain't possible, cause then it cuts to Ezekiel saying, I hope this works in the car with the zombie in it. But that zombie's dead. And then Michonne's like, here goes nothing. Click! Boom! Bryce in the eyes, and fucking everybody up in there, and boom! Negan's team is retreating. They live to fight another day, kinda. Cause and then it cuts this one, and there's zombies walking, and beep, beep. And there's a guy on the roof with the sniper rifle, and it says, lay on the horn all you fucking night. Retards, those undead fucks ain't going nowhere, and you're just drawing more. And then, boom, here comes Eugene, who's, I'm surprised, still alive, because I don't believe that motherfucker for a second. It's like, Carson here tells me your name is Donnie. And the guy's like, huh? And then, boom, cracks him and throws him over. And he's like, oh, that was the first guy I ever killed. He's kind of sad about it. But then Carson says like, oh, he was fucked up and shit, and he's like, fuck him then. So then the next day comes, and Negan's group camps a little bit north in the woods to chill out and wait. Um, Michonne and Jesus start clearing out zombies because they fucked up their town pretty good. Uh, they find a knife that was one of theirs, and they figure out there's gunk on it. She's like, Jesus, come here. And then Jesus walks over there and she's like, this what I think it is. And he's like, that should try to be from last night. So now they figure out, oh shit, all the Savior's weapons have zombie blood and guts on it. And they're patching people up. One dude's got the fever, so they're kind of figuring out, okay, anybody who was injured or got hurt last night is fucked and gonna turn into a zombie, except for Rick Grimes, which to me makes him like a superhero in this whole thing, because it cuts to Negan and his group with the Wyatt out in the woods, roasting marshmallows as they put it. They're sitting around a fire talking, and Negan's talking about how he wants to piss on Rick Grimes' dead, bloated body, and how it wouldn't be weird if he didn't, because Rick Grimes fucked everything up. But it turns out the Wyatt's the one who hit him with the bolt, as he liked to call it. Which, now thinking about it again, the Wyatt's kind of like Daryl Dixon in the TV show, or kind of based on it now, I guess, but not really, because TV show came out before Volume 21, so who knows. But yeah. They all got the scared look on their face. One of the guys tells Negan that the scouts saw a van with Eugene driving, and Carson's with them. Negan says, fuck it. Don't care. Though I'll be their savior again soon enough. So he thinks Rick Grimes got the fever, but he doesn't. Other people got the fever, but not Rick Grimes, because Rick Grimes is a fucking superhero. And another thing Negan says is he wishes he could be there to see his eyes sinking into the back of his head, sweat through his t-shirt, Carl crying his exposed eye socket out. So Jesus and Michonne start clearing out the zombies. They're gonna block off the fence so the people can't come with the buses and everything, and shit escalated quickly according to Jesus with the zombies, which is actually what he says here, that escalated quickly. So then that happens, and they're taking care of it. Eugene shows up and he says, I got this van full of ammunition you're gonna want me to go through. Jesus tells them, well, you're gonna have to help us clear out these zombies to make a path. And then, what's this dude's name? Cuts to the next scene. This motherfucker is dying. Look at that art. That's art. So, guy called Nicholas is dying, and his wife's there, Paula. And, you know, she's telling him how it's okay because he said sorry. So basically, he got stabbed or, yeah, speared last night by the saviors, and he got the fever. So then, you know, they had a kid, and he died, and he's so sad. And another thing, Andrew's kind of freaking out because Rick got the arrow through, like here, but down here, and he don't got the fever though. And even when she's like, oh, let me feel, and she's like, you feel kind of warm to me, and then Carl gives her the fucking like, I'm a half emo kid because his hair is like this, but down here covering his fucked up eyeball. It's like, Daddy, that's okay, got it? And Rick's like, say it, Andrew, say it. Like, we don't die. Because they're the only two from the beginning that survived this fucking mug. So then the kid's all crying with his mom because he's sad. And then Carl tells him, someone is going to tell you to get used to this, that feeling of being scared and sad. They're going to say it'll be better when you learn to ignore it. don't listen to them. Hold on to it. Remember, don't let yourself forget it. It's too easy to lose. And the guy's like, okay. And then Carl looks at him like a fucking gangbanger. You know, Mr. Tough Guy. And then he's like, sorry, your dad's dead. So it's been 1 hour and Rick still don't got the fever. So he's come to think since Eugene escaped thanks to Dwight's help. And he got shot by Dwight with a clean arrow that Dwight's on their side, and they're gonna make a team to meet up with Dwight, and they're gonna flank Negan's group to make them fight on 2 flanks. The people going are Michonne, Aaron, Ezekiel, and Jesus. And 10 other people who is best at hand-to-hand fighting. That's a lot of people that are good at hand-to-hand fighting. And 3 of your main rough and tough don't die group, you know? So then they go, and Maggie talks to the blacksmith guy, and then this black chick talking about how people don't want to come out, and, you know, they're scared, but they don't have, yeah, she says, yeah, but we don't have our own heads up our asses saying the rest of these people be damned, I'm hiding. And then blam, blam, and you get the shock look of terror. Like, what just happened? Boom. So then Negan shows up, asking for Rick or someone to talk to who's the leader, because he's gonna be the one fucking them. They're gonna be fuck buddies again, his favorite F word. And, surprise, surprise, Rick shows up and Negan looks at the way and tells me I'm seeing a fucking ghost. And then Rick is fine and he talks little shit to him like, you look like you're on your last legs and you look like you're sick. So then Rick breaks down into a what the fuck, you're stupid, and this big long rant of how we could do so much better and work together, you stupid fuck. And then Negan looks like he's finally gonna turn around. And he's like, whoa, you're right. I think you're right, god damn it. And then Rick's like, you good, you seeing things my way? He's like, I think I am. Says good, and still in the throat. Because it's a life without Negan. Kill Negan and take care of the problem. So then they get into a scuffle, and it looks like a whole nother war is breaking out. See, this is Negan shocked and thinking Rick's way. Here's what happens when you think like Rick. Boom. So then they get into a scuffle. Nah, hell's breaking loose and they're fighting. And then Maggie says, oh god, get snipers on the wall, hurry. And then Dwight goes like this and says, stay back, let them fight it out. Because he's gonna take over Negan's group. And then boom, here comes Michonne and everybody. See, they're fighting. Everybody could throw some good front kicks and high kicks in these fucking jeans. It's like a goddamn Steven Seagal movie. And they're fighting, and you know, Negan's getting the best of him. He's like, kill me! Oof. And he's like, kill you. And then they're fighting. Boom, boom, boom. Michonne gets cracked, and CQ gets pissed, and he's like, me and Negan's like, you, grabs his foot. Boom, you see that one? On the bottom? Ah! Boom, snaps his knee, but not really in a way that you could snap somebody's knee like that. Like, that wouldn't blow out your knee. Because you're just pushing the heel forward. If anything, you'd blow out your ankle. Could have twisted his foot off. So then, boom, Andrew comes to save the day, shoots him in the head, boom, Negan falls. They're still scruffing. The Negan's, or Dwight is making his move and goes for Lucille, the ball bat. Yells at Andrea, I'm on your side. Picks up the ball bat and says, Stand down, put away your weapons, and calm down. This war is over. Negan has fallen. If you want to survive, you'll follow me as you followed him. Wyatt's gonna lead the Saviors. So Wyatt takes over the Saviors, and they're not gonna have to... Yeah, they're not gonna be afraid of him or his rules anymore. Things will be better now. You'll see, give me a chance. Go dismantle the camp. Be prepared for the journey home. So they do that, and here comes the doctor, Maggie, and Carl running to help Rick. And Rick says, the doctor says, I need help getting him inside. We've got to set this leg fast. No, I'm going to live. You make sure he does too. Meaning Negan. So, the bottom one, there's that's the face you give when you want somebody to live. It means business. So they keep him alive. So Negan's staying alive. They reset Rick's leg. He gives a speech on how we're going to rebuild, and we're not killing anybody anymore unless we really have to, like we used to. So basically, they're gonna rebuild and make all of the towns and the little communities, the hilltop, the saviors, Alexandra, the kingdom. They're gonna work together and rebuild, and Negan's not gonna die because Carl wanted to shoot him, and Michonne doesn't know if she's gonna stay at the hilltop, go with Ezekiel, or Rick mentions going back to Alexandria with them because he's gonna rebuild it and everything. Then they go, wait, where's Carl? Boom, Carl is becoming the man. He's becoming my new favorite, but not really, because what happens? Says, Dad, I have to do this. You're wrong. Leave us alone. If we kill him, Carl, we're no better than he is. In fact, we're worse. He let both of us live when he had the chance to kill us. You have to trust me on this. Taking someone's life, it's something we did when we had to do it. But things are different now, so the rules are changing. Okay? And then he says to Carl, says okay, and then Rick says, wait for me outside. Negan gives a half smirk. Says, you're awake, aren't you? I'm in and out. I think I just caught the end of that. You have me and don't want to kill me. Okay, so what now? Basically, Rick tells him, now we rebuild. We're going to undo all the damage you did, and with you out of the way, we're going to thrive. I'm going to keep you alive. I'm going to make sure you watch what we become so that you can see how wrong you were, how much you were holding us back. You're going to rot in jail until you die an old man, Negan. You're fucked. To be continued. And then this is the last page of what that's about. Thanks for watching. Holy shit, this video is long. If you made it to this point, leave a comment below. Overall thoughts, up, downs, adrenaline was pumping at times. I kind of just want to know how they're gonna end all of it. What are they gonna do next? Cause you know how many times can things get perfect and happy, and then here comes some other asshole, you know? I want to see what's next. I want to see what they're gonna do next with the TV show. It's gonna be a while till another volume comes out, and I can't afford to purchase the single issues, so that's how I do them. Thanks for watching. Again, if you made it to this point, thank you so much. Peace. Hope you enjoyed it. Pick up the book. You know, read all of them. It's good. You can get them on Amazon for a decent price. Peace.